Continuing our discussion on improper integrals, we are now on the part 3, sample problem number 4. So according to this problem, sample problem number 4, we have to evaluate the integral of x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx from negative infinity to positive infinity. So clearly, it is case 1.3. So what we need to do is to divide this integral into into two segments. So the idea kasi dito is that, let's say, ito yung Cartesian plane natin. Our function or our f of x, the integrand is this one. Okay? So what happened here is that since papunta ito kay positive infinity, limitless dito, limitless din dun sa kabilang side or sobrang laki ng value. So, ang ginagawa natin to solve it easier, hinahati natin anywhere. The ideal number is 0 kapag ka ang limit mo ay negative infinity to positive infinity. Kapag ka hindi ganon yung limit mo, you can use any arbitrary number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kung saan mas mapapadali kang mag-solve ng ating values. Preferably kung saan magsi-0. Okay? So, what we can do now is to cut kung saan tayo maghahati. Kung 0, we cut the sections here. And we solve the area for this one, calling it I1. And then we call this one as our I2. So, the total area becomes I1 plus I2. That is our I. Okay? So, yan yung focus ni integral. Yan yung ginagawa niya under case 3. So, the limit now here is from negative infinity papunta kay 0. Okay? So, yan ngayon yung limit natin. From negative infinity to 0. And then, yung isang portion natin is from 0 to positive infinity. Okay? Now, going back to our discussion, hatiin natin ito. So, we have now our I is equivalent to, okay, x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx from negative infinity. So, ang gagamitin nating c or yung gitna nila ay 0, okay, plus we have the integral of x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx from 0 to positive infinity. Alright. Now, as you can see here, pareho lang naman ng integrand si I1 at si I2. So, therefore, mas madali kung i-simplify or isosolve muna natin yung integrand na to. Okay? So, we have here our I1 and we have here our I2. So, let's solve first or simplify first muna yung integrand. Tapos, gamitin naman natin yung limits na to at saka this one. Okay? Later on. Sige, solvein muna natin yung ating integrand para madali tayo. So, we have the integral of x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx. So, marami namang technique kayo na pwedeng gamitin dito if you want to solve this one. But, pinakamagandang technique, kung mapapansin natin, ay ano naman ito? Kamukha ng pattern. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang calculus is all about pattern. Kamukha ng pattern para sa inverse tangent. Diba ang sabi sa atin, yung integral daw ng du over a squared plus u squared, that is inverse tangent, okay, ng u over a multiplied by 1 over a. Now, so in this case, we can say that we can let our u as x cubed, okay? And so that our u squared is x raised to 6, okay? Or that would be x cubed squared. And our du becomes, ito common mistake kapag ka nagdi-du ang ginagawa, 3 dx. Mali yan, okay? Remember, balikan mo natin si differential calculus. Ang ginagawa natin, ibinababa natin yung exponent, we copy the variable, binabawasan natin ng isa, tsaka tayo naglalagay ng dx. Therefore, yung ating ibabaw or itong numerator na x squared dx, that is equal sa du over 3. And our a here is 3. Kasi yun yung, or basically, our a squared is 9. Therefore, our a is 3. So, going back, we have now the integral of si x squared dx ay du over 3. And then, our denominator will be a squared or 3 squared plus u cube or u squared actually, hindi u cube. X yung naka-cube. Okay? So, this is now 1/3 integral ng du over 3 squared plus u squared, and that is 1/3 inverse tangent. Okay? Ay, sorry. Meron nga pala tayo ditong 1 over a, so that is 1/3 inverse tangent of u over 3, which will give us 1 over 9 inverse tangent of x cubed over 3. So, this is our integral of x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx. Now, going back, let's solve I1 first. Sabi natin, I1 is this term. So, copy and paste ko na lang dito. Okay? So, according to our guide, so, ito siya. Infinite yung ilalim. Okay? Yung lower limit. Therefore, we convert it into limit. So, our I1 becomes the limit of x squared of, integral of x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx from, our limit will be from a to 0, wherein a approaches negative infinity. Okay? So, applying our integral, so we have here limit as a approaches to negative infinity. What we have now kanina is 1 over 9 inverse tangent of x cubed over 3, and this is from a to 0. Okay? So, applying our limits a and 0, we have limit a as a approaches to negative infinity, yung upper limit muna, 1 over 9 inverse tangent of 0 over 3, okay, minus limit as a approaches negative infinity of 1 over 9 inverse tangent of a cube over 3. Okay? So, yung inverse tangent of 0, that is actually 0. So, yung unang term natin dito will be 0. Again, the inverse tangent of 0 is 0. Okay? Next, for the second part, substitute natin si negative infinity. We have 1 over 9 inverse tangent of negative infinity cube over 3. Okay. So, this becomes negative 1 over 9 inverse tangent. Yung negative infinity cube, di ba sabi natin pag may negative infinity tayo, naka-ratio sa add, that is also equivalent sa negative infinity. Kung i-divide natin itong infinity sa 3, considering na naka-cube pa siya, therefore, the result is still infinity. Infinity meaning, sobrang laking value. So, this becomes still negative infinity. So, from our cheat code, ang sabi sa atin, for inverse trigo, the arctan of negative infinity is negative pi over 2. This one. Okay? Now, going back, so this is negative 1 over 9, the inverse tangent again of negative infinity is negative pi over 2. So, therefore, multiply natin to sa negative pi over 2. So, this is pi over 18. So, this is our I1. So, nag-converge yung ating I1 on the pi over 18. So, let's proceed with I2. For I2, idiretso na natin into limit form. So, limit as b approaches positive infinity naman tayo. So, our limits is from 0 to b. That is x squared over 9 plus x raised to 6 dx. So, this becomes limit as b approaches positive infinity. We have here, ang nakuha natin kanina ay positive 1 over 9 inverse tangent of x cubed over 3. Then, that is from 0 to b. Okay. Kanina, yung limit na 0, na-solve na natin kanina. Diba? That is 0. Ito yon. Yung limit na 0 is 0. So, from here, ang focus na lang natin ay yung limit na b. So, in this case, we have now limit as b approaches infinity, positive infinity. Okay? So, we have now 1 over 9 inverse tangent of b cube over 3. So, sabi natin, substitute lang natin yung infinity. We have now positive infinity cube over 3. Whereas, according to our discussion kanina, the inverse tangent of a positive infinity, that is pi over 2. So, this means that, in this case, we have 1 over 9 multiplied by pi over 2, and that will be pi over 18 also. So, our I, this is our I2 by the way, so our I will be I1 plus I2, or that is pi over 18 plus pi over 18, and that is pi over 9. And that is our answer for this problem. So, basically, our integral converges at pi over 9. So, converge tayo dito. Alright. So, we can now proceed with our problem number 5. Halfway through with our discussion. So, we have the integral from 0 to 1 of 3 dx over x raised to 5. Actually, it's mukha lang tong magulo. But, pwede natin tong i-rewrite into more simpler. We have 3 integral ng 0 to 1 x raised to negative 5 dx. Okay, para hindi tayo mahirapan. Now, based on our discussion kanina, this falls under what? You have to identify saan continuous at saan discontinuous kasi type 2 na ito. So, tapos na tayo sa type 1, type 2 na tayo. So, for type 2, if you can remember the continuity check that we are doing on our P1 or period 1 discussion, di ba ang ginagawa natin, sinasubstitute natin. So, at x is equal to 1, we have here 3 over 1 raised to 5, and that is 3. Therefore, continuous yung ating function at x is equal to 1. So, continuous siya dyan. So, at x is equal to 0, that is 3 over 0 raised to 5, that is undefined. So, this is basically non-existent, di ba? So, undefined ito. Therefore, discontinuous tayo at x is equal to 0. So, our limit becomes, discontinuous tayo kay 0, then continuous naman tayo kay 1, kaya bracket tayo. Okay? So, again, this one means discontinuous, and this one means continuous. So, in this scenario, ang pattern na susundan natin is the first one. So, we can rewrite this into limit of integral of 3. Sinulat na nga pala natin. 3x raised to negative 5 dx. Okay. Then, our limit will be from C to our B, 1. Okay? Where C approaches A positive. So, meaning ng A positive natin dito, if the value of A is 0, sabi natin A is 0, so A positives becomes 0.00000000001 or very tiny little bit higher than 0. Okay? So, we can use also yung correct value niya, 0, positive. Okay? So, sige, tuloy na natin. So, we have now here, yung 3, pwede mo na rin ilabas dito. 3, limit, okay, as C approaches positive side of 0, okay, so the integral of x raised to negative 5, that will be negative 1 over 4x raised to 4. Okay? And that is from C to 1. Diba? Kasi yung x raised to negative 5 plus 1 over negative 5 plus 1, that is x raised to negative 4 over negative 4. Kaya ito yung kinalabasan natin. So, let me just delete this one. Then, let's apply our limits. So, we have here 3. Limit. As C approaches the positive side of 0, we have here our upper limit na negative 1 over 4 times 1 raised to 4 minus 3. Limit. As C approaches the positive side of 0, negative 1 over 4C raised to 4. Okay? So, on our first term, wala tayong C dito, so hindi na necessary yung limit. So, ang gagawin na lang natin, we will simplify. Ine-neglect na natin yung limit kasi wala namang C. Multiplied by negative 1 over 4. Okay? On the second side, meron tayong limit. So, we have here limit as C approaches the positive side of 0. Okay. So, the problem here is, if we substitute 0, so, magiging, what do you call this? Magiging undefined yung ating equation. So, ano yung mangyayari? Okay? So, dito, we have here, tanggalin ko na yung limit, negative 1 over 4 times 0 raised to 4, which is negative 3 over 4 plus 3 multiplied by 1 over 0. And from our ginawang cheat code kanina sa algebraic, as x approaches the positive side of infinity, when we have 1 over x, that is infinity. So, therefore, yung 1 over 0 natin dito, this part is actually infinity, positive infinity. So, therefore, kung may positive infinity ako, very large number, multiplied ko pa siya ng 3, ma-minusan ko lang ng 3/4, therefore, ang may iwan sa akin ay still positive infinity. And this diverges actually. Nag-diverge na tayo kay I, wala pa lang I1, I2. Nag-diverge na tayo at positive infinity. So, ito na yung sagot natin. The answer is positive infinity. So, yeah. So, imagine bakit siya naging positive infinity, ha? So, kung may 1 over, kasi ang ginagawa natin actually guys, isang technique pagdating sa limits is that hindi natin sinasubstitute yung 0 sa calculator. If we want to solve for a value using the calculator, let me show you. Hopefully, ayan, meron tayo dito. So, ganito yung itsura niya. Let me, yan mo na, okay na to. AC. Okay. So, meron kang 1. So, instead na i-substitute natin yung positive infinity, yung ating 0. So, what we do is, we take 0 on the positive side, sabi natin kanina. So, that would be 0.000000000001. Wherein the value is 1 times 10 raised to 20, which is very large. So, actually, it is a positive infinity. Okay? So, ganun yung ginagawa natin kapag may limit. We substitute a value that is slightly, very tiny, bit higher than the original value. So, yeah. Ayaw na bumalik. Okay. So, though yung 1 over 0, that is again positive infinity, we have already proved this to you. Alright? So, let's proceed with our next sample problem. We have sample problem number 6. So, we have to evaluate the integral of 0 to 3 na dx over x squared minus 6x plus 5. Alright. So, hindi natin alam kung anong case ito unless we do the continuity check. But we all know that this is a type 2. The problem lang, alin sa type 2. Okay? So, continuity check tayo. The reason for this function, yung 1 over x squared minus 6x plus 5, ang reasons lang kung bakit magiging undefined or unsolvable or non-existent ito is if the value of this side is 0. Okay? Yun lang yung chance na magiging non-existent ito. Kasi if the value of this is a negative value, existing siya. If the value of this is a positive value, existing pa rin itong number na ito. Okay? But if this becomes 0, this specific portion becomes 0, then hindi na to mag-i-exist. Undefined na to. Okay? And there's no way na magkakaroon tayo ng imaginary on this one kasi wala naman tayong square root. Ang imaginary lang happens when we have a square root of negative number. So, what we can do now, again, we check muna for the continuity. So, at x is equal to 3, we have here 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 5. Okay? And that is 9 minus 18. So, I have negative 9 plus 5. So, negative 4. Negative 4, meaning may value pa rin tayo. That is negative 1/4. So, at x is equal to 0, we have 0 squared minus 6 times 0 plus 5. We have 5. Sir, continuous naman pala both side. Again, hindi ko mo continuous ka sa dalawang limit ay hindi ka na nagiging discontinuous inside that limit. Baka kasi ang nangyari doon sa ating function is something like, pwede siyang maging ganito, tapos putol ang this portion, blanco ito. So, hahanapin natin yon. Kaya nga diniscuss ko, hindi ito pwedeng maging 0. So, ang gagawin natin, hahanapin natin yung value of x that will cause for this polynomial to be equal to 0. Okay? So, how do we do that? First, we can factor this out. So, sabi natin, kunin ko si 6. Negative 6 actually. Negative 6 is the sum of the two factors. So, ang pwedeng maging maging factors nito ay negative 3 times, plus rather, negative 3 plus negative 3. Pwede rin itong maging negative 2 plus negative 4. Pwedeng maging negative 1 plus negative 5. Okay? Pwede ring 0 minus 6. Okay? On the other side, we have positive 5. This one is a product. So, ano naman yung mga factors nito? Or correct, yung mga factors. So, we have 2 times 5. Negative 2 times, But 2 times 5? That is 10. So, we have positive 1 times positive 5. Okay, negative 1 times negative 5. So, yan lang. Kasi prime number ito. So, therefore, kung common sila, that is our factor. So, what we have now here is x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 5. Okay? So, ito ngayon is equal to 0. So, therefore, getting each side, okay? So, we can say that x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 5. So, ibig sabihin pala, at number 1, putol yung ating function. Hindi kasama yung 1 doon sa ating function. Ano? So, therefore, kailangan nating iputulin ito. So, this is a type 2 case 3. Nasa gitna yung putol. Okay? So, this is a 2.3. Mangyayari po dito, hahatiin natin yung ating integral. So, we have the integral from 0 to 1 lang ng dx over x squared minus 6x plus 5. Plus, we have the integral from 1 to 3. Pasok pa si 3 kasi sa 5 pa siya magiging discontinuous. So, ito pa lang yung discontinuous niya. Discontinuous siya dito. Okay? Ng dx over x squared minus 6x plus 5. Okay? This is our I1. I1 and I2. Okay, let's proceed with I1. We have to evaluate the integral from 0 to 1 ng dx over x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 5. Okay? So, sabi natin, from this scenario, we can say that our function is continuous at 0 but is discontinuous at 1. Yan yung putol natin. So, ang susundan natin dyan is this case 1.2. 2.2. So, under case 2.2, we can rewrite is as limit, okay, of integral from 0 to 1 ng dx over x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 5 we replace 1 with b as b approaches 1 negative. Ibig sabihin, pag 1 negative, ang isa-substitute natin dyan ay 0.99999999999. So, yan yung isa-substitute natin para makakuha tayo ng value kung gagamit tayo ng calculator. Okay? Sige, let's apply this one. So, we have now here limits. So, b as b approaches the negative side of 1. So, ito, i-apply na natin yung integration. So, kailangan natin palang mag-partial fraction dito. So, i-evaluate muna natin ito, yung integral ng dx over x minus 1 times x minus 5. So, pag pinartial fraction natin yan, we have here 1 over x minus 1 times x minus 5. That is equal to a over x minus 1 plus b over x minus 5. Then, we multiplied both sides. Doon sa ating denominator ng left side, we have x minus 1 times x minus 5. So, maliliwan dito ay 1. That is 1 equal to a multiplied by x minus 5 plus b multiplied by x minus 1. So, that is 1 equal to ax minus 5a plus bx minus b. Let's combine like terms. For x, we have a plus b. And then for our constant, we have plus negative 5a minus b. So, pwede tayong gumamit ng method of coefficient. So, on the right side, for our constant, ang meron tayo ay 1, and that is equal kay negative 5a minus b. Para naman sa ating first degree, we have here 0, kasi wala naman tayong first degree. That is equal to a plus b. Let's call it our equation 1. And then let's rewrite this one. So this becomes A equals to negative B. So going back to our equation 1, we have 1 equal to negative 5. Since A is negative B, so this will become negative B minus B. So 1 is equal to negative, magiging positive 5B minus B, or B is 1/4. Okay? Therefore, A is negative 1/4. Okay. So, our integral now, this becomes, copy, paste. This becomes the integral of our A is negative 1/4. So, this is negative 1/4 integral of dx over x minus 1 plus 1/4 integral of dx over x minus 5. So, coming from here sa ating partial fraction decomposition, nilabas ko na lang si A. Kasi pag in-integrate natin to, di ba? Pag nag-apply ako ng integration, ilalabas mo lang din naman si A kasi constant. Ang maiiwan sa'yo ay A integral ng x minus 1. Dito naman, B. So, applying integral calculus, we have now negative 1/4 ln absolute value of x minus 1 plus we have 1/4 absolute value of x minus 5. Okay? So, kung papansin natin, pwede na tayong bumalik doon sa ating original problem. So, this becomes, unahin na natin yung positive. So, we have 1/4 ln absolute value of x minus 5 minus 1/4 ln absolute value ng x minus 1. Actually, we can rewrite this one, di ba? We can simplify ito. So, paano natin isi-simplify? Dito, balikan ko na lang. Since meron akong 1/4 ln x minus 5 minus 1/4 ng ln x minus 1, so, pwedeng ang mangyari, 1/4 ln absolute value ng x minus 5 over x minus 1. So, yan na lang pala para mas simple. Okay, copy na lang natin ito. Copy. Delete na natin ito. Then, i-paste ko na siya dito. Okay. So, mas simpleng version. Okay. Apply natin yung limits na 0 and b. So, we have here limit as b approaches negative infinity. Negative side of 1. So, we have here 1/4 ln b minus 5 over b minus 1. Okay? Minus limit as b approaches the negative side of infinity. Ba't ba negative side of infinity yung sinasabi ni sir? Negative side of 1. So, we have here 1/4 ln absolute value of 0 over 5 over 0 minus 1. Okay? So, dito, sa pangalawang term, since wala naman tayong b, pwede naman nating i-neglect na lang yung limit. So, wala na to. Hindi na natin magagamit ha, kasi wala namang b doon sa loob ng ating limits. Okay? So, dito, substitute na natin. So, we have 1/4 ln absolute value of 1 minus 5 over 1 minus 1. Okay. Minus, dito we have 1/4 ln yung negative 5 over negative 1, that is ln of 5. Okay. So, in this case, we have 1/4 ln. Since ito ay magiging negative 4 over 0 minus 1/4 ln of 5. And from our cheat code, kanina ang ginawa natin, So, with regards to natural logarithm, so we have here ln, wala pala tayo nun. Pero meron tayong 1 over 0, that is infinity. Then, ang ln naman ng infinity is also infinity. So, therefore, going back to our problem, so, dito pala, yung negative 4 over 0 from our cheat code, that is infinity, while yung ln infinity naman, that is also infinity. So, this first side of our equation will be infinity minus 1/4 ng ln of 5, which is very small. So, the answer here is infinity. That is for I1 only. Okay? So, actually, kahit hindi naman na tayo mag-proceed kay I2. Okay? Since we all know na nag-diverge na tayo at infinity on this first try or on this first part. So, nag-diverge na tayo dito. Okay? So, that's it. You can try also, i-try nyo si I2. Pero, since meron na tayong isang side na infinity, so magda-diverge na lang talaga yung ating integral. So, see you. That would be all for this sample problem. See you on the next part of our discussion. Okay, so last part of our discussion on improper integral. So, we have here sample problem number 7. We have to evaluate the integral of 4 over x minus 6 cubed dx from 6 to 8. Again, ang first thing na kailangan natin gawin is to check this integrand kung saan siya magiging discontinuous. Okay? So, magiging discontinuous lang ito when the denominator becomes 0. So, para maging 0 yung denominator, therefore, from our inspection, the value of x should be 6. So, at x is equal to 6, discontinuous, putol yung ating function. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-apply yung ordinary continuous. Yung ordinary na definite integral. So, ang mangyayari, this will become a case of ano na yung limits natin ngayon? So, ang limits natin, discontinuous tayo kay 6, continuous naman tayo kay 8. So, this is type 2, case 1, ano? So, this is a case 2.1. Alright. So, that will become limit, okay, integral of, kung ito yung gagamitin natin, this one, okay? So, this becomes integral of c to 8 of 4 over x minus 6 cubed dx as c approaches the negative or the positive side of 6. Okay? So, the next step is to apply the integral. Okay? So, limit as c approaches the positive side of 6, this will become, so paano natin solvein ito? So, to solve for this integral, we can use substitution. Hindi na natin kailangan pang mag-partial fraction. Kapag partial fraction pa, it will be a more complicated approach. So, pwede natin tong i-let u is equal to x minus 6. Therefore, our du is just simply dx. And then, this integral becomes the integral of, the integral of 4 over u cube du. Okay? Which will be 4 u negative 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1. Or that is 4 times, this is negative 2 over negative 2. So, ituloy na natin. Dito, 4 minus 2, then u squared. Or that is simply negative 2 over x minus 6 squared. Okay. Sinubstitute lang natin si u, then sinimplify natin to, ha? Okay? Ay, ang pangit. 1. Dito na nga lang. So, therefore, this is 2 all over x minus 6 squared. And our limit is from c to 8. Let me just move this one here. And then delete ko to. And then let's copy this one here. Okay. So, applying our limit c to 8, we have here limit as c approaches the positive side of 6, we have here 2 all over 8 minus 6 squared minus limit as c approaches the positive side of 6, we have here 2 over 6 minus 6 or c muna, c minus 6 squared. So, itong unang term natin, wala namang c sa loob ng ating bracket. So, therefore, no need to apply. So, simplify lang natin. We have 2 over 2 squared. 8 minus 6. Then, on the other side, on the other term, we have here 2 over 6 minus 6 squared. Okay? The first side becomes 1/2. While the second side becomes 2 over 0, which is 1/2 minus, again, si constant, pag dinivide ko sa 0, that is infinity. So, our answer here is negative infinity. Okay? And this diverges. Alright, so may mali. Napansin ko lang, may negative doon na hindi natin naisama. So, negative, 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 magiging plus, minus, plus, minus. So, this would be a positive infinity para tayo ay tama. Yay! Alright. Then, we are now on our last and final problem for this topic. So, we have number 8. That is the integral from 0 to 1 ng ln x over square root of x dx. Okay. So, let's try to solve this. Kailan tayo magkakaroon ng discontinuity rito? May dalawa. 'Di ba? Dapat, para hindi tayo maging discontinuous, since yung denominator natin na to ay naka-square root, dapat the value of x should be positive. Okay? Para hindi dapat siya maging imaginary. And since naka-square root siya, so based doon sa square root of x at denominator siya, dapat hindi rin siya equal kay 0. Kasi pag equal kay 0, square root of 0 over 0, ln x over 0 is infinity. So, hindi natin siya masasolve. So, ang gagawin natin, the value of x pala should be greater than 0. Okay? Now, since alam natin, discontinuous pala to kay 0, and continuous tayo kay 1. So, this is another case 2.1. So, case 2.1, we have to use the limit of the integral. So, yung bottom natin ay papalitan natin ng c. And then, our limit will retain upper limit. And then, c approaches the positive side of 0. Then, we have ln x over square root of x dx. So, kailangan muna nating isolve ano ba yung integral ng ln x over square root of x dx. Actually, yung pagkuha ng integral nito, ito yung medyo mahirap kasi hindi tayo familiar doon sa pattern. But if we can try to use the techniques that we have learned, kaya natin tong isolve. So, pwede ko to kasing i-write as integral ng ln of x multiplied by x raised to negative 1/2 dx. para maging product siya. So, kung product siya, pwede kong gamitin si integration by parts. Letting u as our u is equivalent to ln x. Ayan. Then, our du becomes dx over x. Okay? Then, yung natitira will be our dv, which is x raised to negative 1/2 dx. Integrating both sides, we can solve for b as this will become x raised to negative 1/2 plus 1. X raised to negative 1/2 plus 1. So, this becomes x raised to positive 1/2 over positive 1/2, or our b, aangat yung 2, that is equal to 2 square root of x. Okay? So, therefore, the integral of u dv, that is equal to 2 square root of x ln absolute value of x minus the integral of 2 square root of x dx over x. So, this is 2 square root of x ln absolute value of x minus 2 yung integral, yung square root of x over x, pag ginawa natin siyang power, that will be square root of 1/2 over x, which will give us 1 over square root of x, di ba? May matitira dito, or kung nalilito ka, ang mangyayari dyan, x raised to 1/2 yung itaas, babawasan mo ng isa, that is x raised to negative 1/2. So, ang may iwan sa atin dito is x raised to negative 1/2 dx. And this becomes 2 square root of x ln of x minus 2. Ang integral ng x raised to negative 1/2, that is x raised to negative 1/2 plus 1 over negative 1/2 plus 1. Di ba parang ito rin yun? So, we have here 2 square root of x. Okay? So, simplifying na lang, 2 square root of x ln absolute value of x minus 4x. Okay. Copy na lang natin ito. Copy. Then, going back, okay. So, yung pagkuha pa lang ng integrand, ang hirap na. Tapos, babalik pa tayo dito. So, here, we have here limit as c approaches the positive side of 0, integral from c to 1, no need na to kasi nakuha na natin yung integral, which is this one, from c to 1. So, upper limit muna tayo. We have here limit as c approaches the positive side of 0. We have 2 square root of 1 ln of 1 minus 4 times 1. Okay. Minus limit as c approaches the positive side of infinity. We have here 2 square root of c ln absolute value of c. Okay. May minus pa pala, sorry. Hindi natin naisama yung minus 4x, which is magiging minus 4c. Square root of x. Nawala yung square root of x dito. Okay. So this is, let me just correct this one. This will become 4 square root of c. And then this one is 4 square root of 1. Although pareho lang naman. So, yung ln of 1, alam na natin ito, this is equal to 0. So, matitira natin sa first term ay negative 4. That is from our first term. Sa second term, that will be, the first term will become 2 square root of c ln of c, absolute value of c, minus 4 square root of c. So, kung square root of 0 ito, if we substitute 0 on all of this, okay, this is 0. So, ang matitira sa atin ay negative 4 minus 2. Square root of 0 is actually 0. But the problem here is, yung ating middle term, if we remember, meron tayong ln 0. Tama. We have ln 0. Kapag ka meron tayong ln 0, that is actually infinity. Hindi pala nakalagay dito. Ayun. So, this is infinity, negative infinity. Again, yung ln of 0 is negative infinity. No? Minus 0. The problem is hindi natin alam kung ano ang value ng product or yung value ng 0 pag i-multiply natin sa negative infinity. Ang alam natin before is anything that we multiply with 0 is also 0. But in this case, we are multiplying it to a very large number. So, dito papasok, kung naaalala nyo pa, si L'Hopital's rule. So, this is a case of L'Hopital's rule. Ang sabi ni L'Hopital's rule, kapag daw meron tayong mga bagay na hindi natin ma-express or hindi natin masagot, such as 0 over 0, okay? Or meron tayong infinity over infinity, meron tayong 0 multiplied by infinity, meron tayong 0 infinity over 0 or 0 over infinity. So, those are the times na kailangan natin gumamit ng L'Hopital's rule. At ang sabi ni L'Hopital's rule is that the limit as x approaches to c of f of x over g of x is equivalent to the limit as x approaches to c ng f prime of x over g prime of x. So, kapag nag-fall under this condition, specifically, kapag nag-fall under these three conditions, yung ating value, we have to use L'Hopital's rule. Okay? So, therefore, yung second term must be solved using L'Hopital's. So, sige, gamitin natin si L'Hopital's. Sabi natin, sir, ang function natin dito ay it will be limit as c approaches to positive side of 0. Ang function natin dito, sir, ay 2 square root of c. Ayan. 2 square root of c ln of c. Okay. Sino, sir, yung magiging denominator natin? Sino yung magiging g of x natin? Hindi pwedeng si ln c kasi hindi naman natin na-inverse si ln c. Ang kaya lang nating inverse ay si power. So, we can rewrite this as limit when c approaches the positive side of 0. Okay? So, gagawin natin siyang fraction. We have here 2 ln absolute value of c over square root of, di na siya square root, c raised to negative 1/2. So, in this case, our f of x is 2, or f of c rather, f of c will be 2 ln of c, and ang ating f prime of c, ang first derivative nito becomes 2. So, ano ang first derivative ng ln? That is 1 over c. Okay? So, this is simply, ang f prime c natin is just simply 2 over c. Next, ang g of c naman natin becomes c raised to negative 1/2. Therefore, our g prime c, or ang first derivative niya, becomes negative 1/2 multiplied by c raised to 3, negative 3/2. Okay? So, from our L'Hopital's rule, pag in-apply natin ito, this becomes, copy lang ni sir ito, copy, paste, this side becomes 2 over c, that is our f prime of c, divided by negative 1/2 c raised to negative 3/2. Or simply, we have here, aangat si 2, negative 4, okay, over c, itong ating c raised to negative 3/2, iaangat na natin as positive 3/2. Okay? So, kung medyo nalilito, i-rewrite natin siya. This becomes 2 over c over negative c raised to negative 3/2 over 2. So, ang mangyayari, ito at ito, which is 4. Yung negative, ilabas na natin. So, 4. 2 times 2 is 4 over c multiplied by c raised to negative 3/2. Eh, since naka-negative ito, so, aangat siya for c. Yung 3/2, that is c multiplied by c raised to 1/2 over c. So, cancel ang ating c. Ang maiiwan sa atin is negative 4 square root of c. Okay? So, therefore, yung middle term pala natin dito, ang haba, wala na pala ako susulatan. Okay. Ilagay ko to dito. And then, ang nilopit, okay, this one. Copy lang ni sir to. Itong term na to is unexpressible. So, therefore, from our L'Hopital's rule, tatanggalin na natin ito. Okay? So, ang mangyayari pala sa atin, balik ko muna to lahat sa C. Ln square root of C, ln of C, times 4, minus 4 square root of C. Yung middle term para natin, that is equal to negative 4 square root of C, negative 4 square root of C, minus 4 square root of C. Therefore, this is negative 4 minus, if C approaches, magiging plus pala, if C approaches 0, this becomes square root of 0 minus 4 square root of 0. These both sides are 0. Therefore, our answer is negative 4 and it converges at this point. Okay? So, the answer is negative 4. So, imagine if ang ginawa, 0 din naman pala yung kalalabasan. So, minsan yung intuition natin is tama. We just have to believe yourself in most cases. Baka sakaling tsumamba, no? But in any case, alamin pa rin natin kung kailan natin gagamitin si L'Hopital's. Importante si L'Hopital's at this point. Okay? So, that would be all. That is the end of our discussion for improper integrals. I hope that we met our two objectives. Dapat natuto tayong mag-identify kung kailan natin gagamitin yung mga bawat cases, and then makapag-apply ng several integration techniques in order for us to solve improper integrals. And that would be all. Again, similar nung ating unang discussion, may mga nakasingit na mga set work on this recorded discussion. You just have to find them. So, meron tayong Easter egg hunting na mangyayari. And I will adjust the submission of the deadline of our set work to Saturday evening, and so that you will watch this whole discussion. Okay? So, that would be all. Thank you.